a show that tackles the big issues affecting the BVI and the rest of the Caribbean. Searches for answers to today's big questions and gives viewers a unique perspective on developing stories. Follow the big story with me, Kathy Richards, only on JTV. This show is brought to you by the National Bank of the Virgin Islands, Cyril B. Romney Tortola Pier Park, Digicel, Tisley Cross Deliciously Smooth Cider, and Envy Salon, Nails, Spa, and Barbershop.
Tisley Cross Cider. Tisley Cross Cider. Deliciously smooth.
Today on The Big Story.
I feel that I was a sacrificial lamb.
As Hon Willock announced in the House of Assembly today, April 3, 2022, that he has agreed to tender his resignation from the honorable position, recessed and left, he was approached by reporters.
Did you do anything wrong?
No,
Okay.
nothing.
You made
when I asked the Premier whether or not he has any knowledge of me doing anything wrong, the answer was consistent, no. I was not, and you can read even the Commission of Inquiry's report, over 1,000 pages. I was never implicated in any wrongdoing. You know, I asked him, is he aware of any active investigation or anything against me? The answer is no. You know, am I being asked to resign because of any particular matter of misconduct, misappropriation of funds? The answer is no.
Do you believe the request came out of the meeting yesterday that the Deputy Premier had?
I said I had a discussion this morning with the acting Premier. I made a statement, and maybe I'll make it available once I get to my I get to my other location.
Why? Just out of curiosity, why would you agree to resign? Because you're not known to be a
they claim that if I don't resign, they will bring a motion against me in the House.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, that's you know. So I was left with no choice.
I see.
You know, it appears as if there's no natural justice in this country. It appears that you could just be a target for not doing anything wrong. I've never betrayed my oath of office. You know, but there must be some sort of natural justice in this country. People must resign if they do something wrong. I had not done anything wrong.
Did he give you any kind of sense of why it is?
Well, I know the reason why, but I wouldn't discuss it. I wouldn't betray my conversation with the acting Premier.
Okay.
I have a lot of respect for him, and I wouldn't betray our private conversation about the real reason why I had to resign. I would not betray that.
You used a term earlier when you were coming down the step as to what you were being used at.
I feel that I was a sacrificial lamb, but again, I would not betray any conversation that I have with the Premier. I have a lot of respect for the acting Premier. He means well. He has been put in a precarious situation, running the country, dealing with the British, negotiation, having the Ministry of Finance, having his ministry. So he has his plate full. And I will not betray my private conversation with him. But what the public needs to know is that throughout my public service career, and even now as the Speaker, no one can point to any misconduct. No one can point to any misappropriation of funds. No one can point to any corruption. No one can point to anything that the Speaker has done wrong. Yes, there was some anxiety over the injunction and the judge's report, but if you follow the chronological order of what happened there, at the end of that, I will be vindicated. But I'm going to leave you guys with that. I must go.
Will you take any legal recourse? Do you intend to take any legal recourse?
I have to go and turn over my vehicle and my phone and everything. So
what happens now? What happens now?
Well, if you're going to do these turnover, Honorable Willock, that means that you have vacated the seat.
Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. If a majority of members have claimed that they have lost confidence in me, then I am willing to step aside. But I hope that everybody will be honest with themselves and with this situation. I don't mind sacrificing for my country. But again, what must be clear is that no one can accuse me of any illegal activity. No one. Here, locally, regionally, anywhere. Okay?
As far as you know, there's no investigation into you or anything?
None.
Okay.
None.
Nor no proposed investigation?
None that I know of. Yeah. Or the acting premier said he's not aware of any.
And what happens now? Do you know what happens now? You're turning
Well,
a vehicle, you say, and then
they'll
what happens with you?
they'll have to get a new speaker.
Sure.
If I follow through and put my resignation in writing, then I'll no longer be the speaker. But I will preempt and turn over my vehicle, turn over my phone, clear my office for the the proposed new speaker, so I don't get in anyone's way. I'm not obsessed with power. As I said in my statement, that he says a majority of members asked that I demit office. So if I'm the speaker, I have to be there by the majority. And if he's claiming, this is the acting premier, that I've lost confidence of a majority of members, then the only thing to do is to demit office.
Are you going to check that with the other members and see?
I will not. I will not betray the conversation with other members. I would not do that.
But are you going to check with other members?
I have talked to other members.
Okay.
Honorable Willock, given the fact that you are convinced within yourself that you would have done no wrongdoing, why did you agree to just resign as opposed to allowing them to move a motion?
Well, the option that I was given is either you resign or we're going to bring a motion against you.
So why not just allow the motion to go?
Well, I don't want to dramatize the country anymore. I think the country has been through the last 2 weeks following the arrest of the Honorable Premier and those serious charges and allegations, the dropping of the COI report. The country has been too much drama, too much stress, and it's not about me. I love my country and I think about my country. So to avoid all that, I agreed to do the honorable thing is to submit my resignation. But for the record, that has not been submitted yet. The Constitution and the standing order said that it must be resignation of members of the House must be penned under your own hand. And I could get up there and make all the announcement that I want. Once that step is not taken constitutionally, then as of today, as of 2 o'clock today, I'm still the speaker. I don't know if when I go back to drop off my stuff, I'll pen the letter. I don't know.
Okay, what do we expect from you here on?
I will hold a press conference at some point. I will hold a press conference.
And your departure today, it was planned that you would come in and give this speech and then...
remember leave. I said I got the call this morning from the acting premier.
I understand.
Yeah,
sure.
I got the call at 8 o'clock. I was supposed to start at 10.
Sure.
So that's why we were late and started. I needed some time to gather my thought because you have a situation where somebody's not accused of anything and he's just forced out of his office. That's not fair to people. That's not natural justice. That's not the system that we want to live under. But I suppose in these things, all of us have to make sacrifices for country.
We also had reactions from persons who were present in the gallery of the House of Assembly when Willock announced his resignation.
I was surprised. I was definitely surprised, but I was happy to see it.
Why so?
We had the issue last year where the House of Assembly, through Mr. Willock, he attempted to halt the COI. There were no grounds apparently, and it was thrown out, and he was ordered to pay the fees. I'm going to say the past Premier, Honorable Andrew Foy, he moved a motion in the House to overstep the court's orders and put a special committee to remove what the court order was, which was disappointing for a lot of us. We had a rally down here to protest it. We haven't gotten anything back on it, but I think those are the things that we were seeing unfolding in the House of Assembly, and things that people were becoming exhausted of, and the overstepping of the rules, going above the rules, operating above the laws of the land. And so for me, at that point, he should have resigned already. Today is good for me as well.
Do you think that today's action, the resignation of the Honorable Julian Willock, would in any way influence the decision positively of the UK government? Well,
I am assuming that this decision came out of the meetings that were being held over the past day and a half. And so we're still waiting to see what comes out of all of those meetings, but I'm assuming a plan is unfolding here in some kind of way in fashion, and so we're just waiting to see where everything goes with that. But I'm assuming that this was part of that bigger picture.
Thank you so much. Amberly, your reaction to the resignation of Honorable Julian Willock as Speaker of the House of Assembly?
I think, Kathy, right now I think we're all in a bit of shock with what transpired a few moments ago in the House, but I do believe out of respect for the process and our House of Assembly, we should allow things to take its course. We don't know what else is coming for today, but we did hear our acting premier say they will be making the best decisions for the territory, and so I respectfully would like to give an opportunity to see what transpires for the rest of the day. They're still in session, and I will hold my comments until that time respectfully, and so too that I can make an intelligent contribution or opinion on what transpired. Okay?
I'll ask you the same. What's your reaction, Dawn?
Well, actually, shock, as to what happened just now. It was, you weren't sure what was happening. But I think I concur with Amberly that we need to see the process through. And we'll be back when the House is back in session for us to be in the gallery.
Thank you for joining us for this edition of The Big Story. I'm Kathy Richards.